Well, we're back at the camper, and so much for that repair job. Must have had a humdinger of a storm out here. So, product review for this canopy from Lowe's. That is top number 2, and it's not a year old. Don't waste your money. I'll have to figure out a way to put a new roof system on that, because this bullshit. Anyhow, yeah. Oh well, that's the way the weenie wiggles. Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back. We had some tornadic weather last night, and of course over the weekend I tried to straighten up the garage as best I could, and luckily there was just enough room for her to get that Malibu in here, so she was happy. But that's not the reason for the video today. This little jewel right here, it's a heavy-duty 16 by 20 waterproof canvas tarp, and it is a heavy one. The only thing that I don't know for sure about is whether or not the threads on it are UV resistant. I would imagine they're not. I'll have to do some research. I might be able to take some Thompson's water seal and put them on the edges of it to, I believe it's got some UV protection. I'll have to check and see. But this is what we're going to use on the gazebo. I've gone through 2 factory tops already, and they don't hold out for very long. Of course, some of that, it is my fault for leaving them on over winter time. But the first one lasted about 2.5 years. The second one, barely a year, if it lasted a year at all. But at 16 by 20, that gazebo there at the camper is 10 by 12. And yeah, this is going to be wider and longer than the framework. And we'll have to figure out how we're going to secure it down as far as the grommets to the ground, or however we decide to do it. I may buy some of those corkscrews that they use for putting a dog on a chain out in the yard, and putting those down under each grommet, and then get some of that paracord and kind of cinch it down. And depending on how difficult it is to get that thing on top of that framework, I can either take it down or leave it. But what I'm hoping to accomplish is to get a longer amount of time out of a top. Eventually, we'll be doing something different with a more permanent structure. But this is what we're going to do for now. I thought about buying one more factory replacement cover for that, and then sending it with a friend of mine to where she works. They have that Sunbrella material, and find out what it would cost for them to manufacture a replacement top for it. But if it's anything like a buddy of mine's boat cover, we're looking at probably about $500 or more, and that was just for a boat. Anyhow, we're going to take this down this weekend. We had a liberal leave yesterday due to the storms. I'm hoping that we'll get liberal leave this Friday, being Memorial Weekend, but I have a feeling that the powers that be in our particular unit probably won't let that happen. So anyway, needless to say, this will happen this weekend. I'll have a follow-up video with it, I guess. It's just part of our weekend adventure. Anyway, I'm going to go out in the backyard now and wade through the pond and see if I can find some material for, I need to find a longer stick for this towel rack that I'm building for a friend of mine, and kind of get a couple of projects further along, possibly finished. I've got another minute bucket lamp I need to build, and I've got 2 of these sets, and also have a bed that I need to make with a friend of mine with the photography studio. And I might even make myself a miniature log bed for the cat. Who knows? Anyway, you guys have a great week, and I will catch you on the next video.